I'm glad what he did. I'm glad what he did with Arnold, because that really needed to be. That was kind of a big.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I'm doing well. Are you doing?
Now you can take some time to think, that's all right. Okay, wait a minute.
Did you-
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
You got my neighbor all decked out too.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll see how this works out. Don't keep him busy. Keep him busy. Yeah. How are you? So I think everybody stands here. I do apologize. I ran a statement. I think the statement gun is still in my pocket. Yeah. Hi, Sade.
He'll never remember it.
Hey, it's all right, I already know, especially after today.
How are you? Good to see you.
How you doing, Mr. Mayor? I'm doing well. Awesome. Thanks for coming. Especially after a long, grueling day.
Yes. China.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And then, whatever.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
That's what I heard, Queen. I'm not scared of it, but I ain't ready to go into
I know,
it.
right?
I think that's why I say ever today. It's
Oh, wow. So we know.
How are you? How are you?
What's going on, Andrew? Pretty good, man. How are you? Good evening, everyone.
it's.
Hey, Harry. Good to see you.
See your plan that daughter.
I'll get those from that way. I'm trying to get away.
Well, if you have it, well, we have it.
Oh, no, you got it late.
What's going on, man? How you doing, bro? You got that fixed?
Yeah, I did.
Man, man. Yeah, I can imagine, 106.
Yeah. And that way it was.
We have a centers like, we have a statewide association, we face to face twice a year, and we can use that. It's great.
We got our. We got our.
Oh, we're up here, we're migrating up to China. You can do it.
I'm with you.
Oh, okay. Where was it? Yeah, I'm loving this. I get to try it out right now.
Yeah, this is fancy.
That's what I said too, Andrew. And it just tripped you up because you talk. So I don't know if we're gonna be, yeah, it's too hot to stand up, you know? Yeah.
It's your birthday card.
Happy birthday.
I know, it's not basic.
So many people. I think you get it, and when it pops up on the presentation on the right.
But remember when you used to rub you one minute, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Go through the notifications and go through birthdays. Awesome.
What you doing here? No, I mean, I'm sorry.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming to this evening's meeting. If you would please stand.
evening, we just want to give a moment of silence, if you will. Oh, thank you, Father, for allowing us to gather this evening. Thank you for allowing us to come together on one accord. We ask that all ideas come together for your blessing, for your gifts that you have bestowed within us, through us to others. And we ask that you just keep our minds open and able to partnership one with another. These we ask in Jesus' name, amen. Awesome. So I definitely want to again thank everyone for coming out. You notice we got a new little friend in the room.
Okay.
That's our Zoom camera. So instead of me having to switch the laptop, it'll pick up each individual in the room. So you can please come and present. But you don't necessarily have to. When you're at your seat and for questions or whatnot. So yeah, that's our friend right there. We're gonna name it and probably pick a name, draw a name or something. Sade, we'll figure some little competition. So, yes, Karen is at the top. It does it. Visuals are close enough for I see you. And you can see me. And I'm quite sure it'll see Naomi and June and Miles. And see, it also was able to pick you up as well, Mr. Mayor. But it is also relationship. We're looking on our activism and imagination can take us. So to a historical neighbor, a few months back, was able to celebrate our other 100+ neighbor, which is ExxonMobil, and we're just extremely excited to have neighbors that are as long-lasting as the birthplace of their inhabitants. And I see Day is in space. I see Mr. Pat is in space. I see Mrs. Smith is also in space. And we thank the presence of all our government. I'm sorry. And we're also constable in space. And I'm a judge in space. See, look. Pop, 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 pop. Now, so we definitely appreciate you all attending our meeting this month. And if there's anything you would like to share, please feel free. Mr. Mayor, you have one.
Oh, thank you. Well, we just had a all-day budget workshop today for our 23-24 budget, and it hasn't been approved at the council today. It will be published to the public on the 11th, I believe. And we'll continue to do that. So it's an exciting time. We're not able to do everything we'd like to do. We'll continue to be aggressive. I'm grateful for this conversation, the others that are out there. I'm hoping to come out pretty soon. Neighbor Association wanted a clean community program that had in the past in terms of even partnering with businesses, but on a commercial and residential way in terms of encouraging us to be involved and also have yard of the month in that type of vein, and even encourage participation. Make sure you get that. That we can reduce some services, but also when you know about something, if we can create a commission, not like a whole city department. This is pretty volunteer based, but run it through the city and use some city resources. That if you have a neighbor or you know somebody that needs something, you know, there might be church groups or something like that that are willing to do this. Oftentimes, you know, their ability to source some of the work that needs to get done can be hard. I'm hoping to be able to include city departments, fire, police, code enforcement, and others, just so that they too can engage. And, you know, because it's different when there's a vacant lot not getting mowed, but when it's an older person that just doesn't have the means or the ability, and the city's having to come in. Yeah, I've been told by several groups that they would happily volunteer to go help keep her yard or keep their yard up, or somebody, you know, and just try to create. And I think that could also help build community, just neighbors helping neighbors and community helping community. So that's something important, something that Catherine will share with you all. And I'll share as well. Today's the last day of the city council poll. So you can go to this poll and you can pick 1:30, 3 o'clock, or 5 o'clock for city council meetings to start. I voted for 5 p.m. And you might be able to vote more than once. I'm not saying that. But I've tried to influence the system. We certainly need to be aware of school getting back in play tomorrow. It will be there. There will be a lot more kids on the road. They'll also be enforcing the school zones. But, you know, we just need to be aware of our kids that are back on the roads. It's an exciting time. I know that we've got a new city website that's been up now for about 10 days, and it's a lot more user friendly, and there's a lot of resources on there, and they're even rolling out some more resources so that you'll be able to like track where work on roads are, and we're trying to be able to eventually track all the work, also be able to get on there and see your water usage in real time. I mean, so really trying to the technology that's been brought on, get it usable to the public, which I think is exciting. I know Chris had brought up today, and he left before I think I got to address it. But yeah, in terms of you know, with criminal process, there's a trial coming up. For Shaw is paralyzed, and there's a criminal case coming up. There's been requests for that video to be released, and we have been advised, because it is a criminal procedure, until such time that criminal case is seen, that information isn't going to be public, and that's a policy that's followed. At which time the case is to trial, and you know, that video at that point I believe will be released is when, but I do think that is the policy, and it has been the policy, and it's not to protect people, it's to protect the process so that people can get fair trials, and that you know, oftentimes people can be in some of those videos that they're trying to protect privacy of. And so they let know even while they're in jail. I guess there's some expectation that they're not going to be on a public release video. They'll be in jail because their spouse or friends may not know, but and even if they're unrelated to them. So there's a lot of variables there that I was informed of, because we've been asked about that. But just as an explanation, I'm not saying people have to agree with that explanation, but there is a rationale on why that happens. So and I'm happy to answer, do my best to answer any questions. Miles Haynes is here too. He's very helpful. And
You had anything else?
If you have action items, we questions, I'll take those and we're going to follow.
I don't have any. Absolutely. Any other questions for the mayor? Awesome. Mr. Pat, you have anything for us this evening?
Yeah, my time, shot. I'm
Is that the same, Ms. Smith? Sunday, you have the
Thank you.
floor.
I'll stay here though, if everyone's okay with that. Thank you everyone who came to the tour last month. It was really fun getting to show everyone the progress that's been made and COVID failed the annual tour, but a lot of these projects take a very long time to complete. So at the annual tour, you with the progress made in a set amount of time. But come next June, all of that will be done. So we have another one at a time because it's really exciting. They could have that thing to add. And then we being the port, being the commission, they formally approved the purchase or moving forward with the purchase of the lots next to Mike's. So we let y'all know that we were interested in it, but the board has formally approved that. So we'll be moving forward with it. Third, school snack supply drive. So Charlton-Pollard, we recognize there's a need for snacks. Not every student comes with a snack. So instead of school supplies this year, we're doing a snack drive. And we've collected probably 100 of those sandwich boxes that we'll bring to the teachers to distribute. But if anyone wants to bring anything to the port, go with us. You're more than welcome to. We'll be going on August 14th, around between 11 and noon. And then we're all sponsoring, which is super exciting, the book vending machine at Charlton-Pollard. So I don't know if you saw United Way is putting book vending machines in all campuses, and we'll be sponsoring one at Pollard Elementary School, which we're thrilled about. Then I mentioned it this time, but Speed Scouts is the program that the Vermont sponsors. It's for ages 14 to 20. It's free. We cover the registration, the cost of uniforms. They have 3 sailboats they're restoring over at the Port Arthur Yacht Club. They get certifications on a regular basis that will lead to a career either in maritime, the military, or some other related field. And they just have really cool opportunities presented to them. They do overnight kayak trips. And right now we only have about 10 members. So it's steadily increasing, but we would love to have to start another ship, and there's so many kids interested in it that it's just overflowing. And that kind of ties into the pipeline that we're working on creating for maritime, where we would guide them to Lamar State College Orange. So Beaumont has an MOU with Lamar State College Orange now, so the maritime program can be offered as dual credit. And so the person who's over that program is amazing, and they have 100% placement rate. So these students are graduating. I think right now there's little cost or no cost for that specific program. They're graduating, going into a career, making 50,000 starting. And the earning potential is 6 figures easy in that industry. So we really want to start telling kids about it. And we need everyone's help because we want it to be, as we talk about, as nursing. And it'll take a while to get there. But we think with everyone kind of knowing the key points, the key talking points, that we can help spread that message. And the really cool thing they're doing, they've made a lot of moves lately, specifically in maritime. They have submitted a grant and were rewarded that for a mobile, so it's a barge on wheels. It's on 18-wheelers. So now grant to any campus in Southeast Texas. They're not limited to Lamar State. It's really exciting. So we can finally put maritime in the hands of every student, which was really difficult to do before. It's so exciting. And if anyone wants to go see it, we're going to plan a tour of their facility. They have maritime simulators, so you can like bring a vessel down the Houston ship channel or our ship channel. But then this one, you'll be able to work with the valves and see what it takes to learn how to operate a barge. So we can plan that if anyone's interested. I haven't seen it yet either, so I'm very excited.
I'm excited about it, Rich. Any questions for Sunday? Awesome. Yeah.
Well, it's so great to be here this evening. I'm Judge Naomi Doyle, and I just want to give y'all some updates about what's happening in Precinct 1, Place 1. We are doing a summer of service where we have been working with the Southeast Texas Food Bank, just volunteering our time. And so you can follow my social media if you're interested in volunteering with us in that capacity. In the fall, cooler months, we'll do our trash pickup again. I didn't want to shine out there like it's very hot. But we'll do that later in the fall. That happens every year. We're on our 3rd year, going into our 3rd year now. applications will open up in September. So if you know any students who are in 10th through 12th grade that are interested in law, being a judge, being in law enforcement, I encourage you to have them apply. We have a great relationship with BAC. They provide education for them. And so they get to do a court session every month, and then they get to get mentored by attorneys and law enforcement in our community. So just be mindful of that if you know any students 10th through 12th grade that are interested. And we have kids all the way in Jasper, Silsbee that also come still. So
Awesome. Or can we like other student ninth grade?
10 through 12, because the ninth graders are just coming into school, they kind of need to be focused. So I kind of want them to be a little bit more focused. Right? Yeah.
So you got that? Yes, ma'am. Is that it? Deputy Sheriff?
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Lawrence Goldberg. I'm not the constable yet, like Chris said, but hopefully one day, hopefully this year in March, I can be calling me constable, but I am running for Jefferson County Precinct 6 constable, with Joe Stevenson retiring. I am putting my name in, so I'm looking forward to me out in the community, getting out there and whatever I need to do, I'm there. So I can be looking for much more. I did a backpack drive this summer. I did 3 in the month of July. Ended up giving away almost 800 backpacks to different churches. Each backpack drive, I gave 200 backpacks to so I'm to the community. When next year, I'm still gonna be doing. I know for me, I will be at Beaumont United after school is let out, and she is sending a couple of deputies to.
Charlton-Pollard, I'm sorry, Charlton-Pollard Park.
What time does
I think it like 8 something, 8,
3:30.
and they get out at 3:30.
Okay.
But we have a few walkers that walk to school earlier than the taking.
7:30.
I would say.
Okay.
Just have the presence of somebody in the area. Our I don't know who our deputy for this precinct 6 is. Right. No.
That's 7:30.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
The governments. Awesome. Beaumont Active Police calls for service monthly reports from our other government entities. You can, it's gonna, I don't know if it's gonna pick you up.
Oh, the glare. Okay, so I just want to introduce Lieutenant Andre Reynolds and Captain Tim Ogdencheck. They're here with the police department, but I don't know why you wanted me here tonight because there's nothing on this report.
It was too high. It was too high. It was too high.
I think this is the first time that I can remember that there was literally nothing. There were 114 calls for service, but none of them were the typical auto burglary that we would. Really, all I have.
Job on the back. Golly.
Or what? We'll take
I'm
it.
telling, yeah, we'll take it.
Yeah.
The Lord will take it.
That's all I have.
Anything?
Well, I did, I spoke quite a few times to this group, but, I did put a few more factors for those y'all that didn't think about last time. And some, go kids and just, be aware of the city plan, and we have some of our localized, operational plans in that look like where we meet up, we're gonna go to single sites and reminders about. Like having the Muslims.
I will add to, what Kat said, especially about prepare. Of course, it's been extremely hot. That's a good thing. It's also a bad thing, especially when we move closer into our rainy wet season. So stay prepared. It's we learned in the cap. We're not anything, but we are still bringing into forest fires, grass fires, brush fires. Outside of that, we'll figure that out. But we have this community neighbors monthly report communications. We have ExxonMobil. We have that's it. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, and here. We just here. No, we have ExxonMobil and Post 33. Yeah, the floor. ExxonMobil.
Thanks, Chris. I'm gonna give a real quick update. I am George East. Those of you who don't know me, I think I know everyone in the room though. From Public Affairs Advisor for ExxonMobil, and our new Public Affairs Manager, Bill Briggs, is joining us today.
We can't see you. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Oh, there she go.
And I'll just give a quick update and then I'll get some time for Camille to introduce herself. So the first thing about the weather, we are getting a lot of questions, not just our site, but our sites in Baytown and Baton Rouge about what we're doing and how we're continuing operations when it is so hot outside. We want to remind you all that doing everything to work for and continue operations with the extreme heat. So we are going to continue to make sure everyone's staying hydrated and safe, and we're just continue to meet the contractual agreements we have with our customers. Also on the operational front, I'm glad Chris brought it up about brush fires. Many of you probably smelled that smoke from that brush fire last week. It was really visible in the community. When it comes to those types of situations where you are in this neighborhood and you to them if you're experiencing, if you're seeing an odor, and they will let us know, and we'll continue to investigate if there's anything that we can do for that specific situation. Last week, Sade brought that to my attention and she called me, is it you? I'm like, no, is it you? No, okay, so let's figure that out. And we were able to do something.
I knew it wasn't us.
You knew it wasn't us either. So we're going to do that as part of our job. So please, if you have an odor, if you experience any operational concerns, Chris can get in contact with us on this girl list. We did or if you need a call or text. Happy to help with that. First day of school tomorrow. We are so excited for first day of school. We have sent our note reminding our workforce to always drive with safety and with care, especially as the tiny humans are getting back to school tomorrow, especially. So again, if you have any of those concerns in the neighborhood where you're maybe seeing some people not driving safely and they're driving near a facility, they may not be part of our workforce. So please, again, share that with us, and we are constantly super early tomorrow. We are going to be at our 7 partner schools for first day of school tomorrow. I was asked if I was gonna break out my Spider-Man costume or my avocado costume, and then I saw that it's gonna be like 100 degrees again tomorrow. It's hot enough in this, so I am definitely not gonna be doing that. But we will be, our volunteers will be at all our local schools that we have relationships with to cheer on the students, welcome them back. For Charlton-Pollard, we'll have a very large group with blue and white pom-poms tomorrow to celebrate those colors and welcome our we'll have to continue our, so we actually program open where the local nonprofits apply for funding for this year. We were able to have some really great applications, and we're going to announce that after the Thanksgiving holiday. So much more to look forward to in the coming weeks and a lot to share. So lastly, I want to introduce our new Public and Government Affairs Manager, Camille Briggs, who is probably familiar to many of you, very active in the community. Keisha Burns her best. She has moved on to a new role in the company. She actually has a global role, so she's doing a lot of travel. I think she's actually in the air right now, working on an assignment. But she, again, sends all her love and appreciation to all of you for all the years of being able to work together. She was at ExxonMobil, and we have now Camille who's gonna lead us and continue on that great commitment to the community. So
thank you, guys. Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
So I'm just so happy to be a part of this team. Nikisha was on my hiring committee and she is now my boss. And so let me tell you, Nikisha does not play. I know y'all know that. So I'm just very excited that I was selected to be a part of this wonderful family. I've been able to meet quite a few of you already, and I'm just ready to get in the community and get to work. We have some exciting new initiatives we're getting ready to launch. And so stay tuned to see the big things ExxonMobil is doing in the community. Happy to be here.
Welcome again. So I know Camille from BISD. And I also know Camille from her audio, video. Superiority. It's phenomenal. Her photography is phenomenal. Yeah, that's why I know Camille. And it's good to have her, I wouldn't say back, because she didn't really go anywhere, but it's good for her to come back full circle, come back to the South End, Charlton-Pollard, especially under Mrs. Williams, and Mr. Wells. She was intricate with a lot of media that went on there as well. So we're excited to have you back in the South End.
Yes. I worked for BISD for 10 years. I worked for Total Energy for 5 years after that. And then before that, I was on the news for 5 years. And a couple of you remember me from that, just you're dating yourself, because that was a while back.
I didn't want to say that. I just said media and I wasn't gonna say you was on the news. They would be like, when? She was a baby.
Yeah, she was. Happy to be back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any questions for Camille or ExxonMobil? Awesome. Commander, you have the floor.
Good evening. My name is Seth Wells. I'm the commander of American Legion Post 33. We're happy that we're here. We've got some cool things going on in the community. Just to echo about Sea Scouts, if you don't know, they're equivalent to Eagle Scout. The quartermaster will get you, if you join the Coast Guard, you get an automatic E3 out of Fleet. So that's another incentive for that. We have some, I was going to say dear family, but my father-in-law is involved heavily with the Sea Scouts, and it's a wonderful program. So anyone that is interested in that, and you might think you need sponsorship, that's really the support. Turning to the neighborhood, the Temple to the Brave. We host an honor guard here, which is a conglomerate of different Boy Scout troops. And they come together and they bugle and they drum and they present colors at different events. And their leader Chad Mizell, and along with the Jefferson County Historical Commission has been able to designate Temple to the Brave as a Texas historical site. Officially, it's really cool. Unfortunately, that plaque is not free. So we're reaching out to the community to see if we can get that sponsor. It's $2,300. So we're reaching out if you know of anybody that would like to commit to that and help us get that plaque placed there. The Temple to the Brave is ran by the Daughters of the American Revolution. It's actually a city park, it's part of Beaumont City Parks. And there's also a 9/11 memorial there put on, I believe by the Scouts as well. So we'd really like to get that honored and in place, especially with September 11th coming up. We'll be doing, the Post will be hosting a memorial service over there. I'll actually be flying on 9/11 to a work conference, so not nerve-wracking at all. But security would be worse, I'm sure. I'm quite sure. And coming up, precinct 4, take yourself and a loved one to the doctor. It's on, it'll probably be before the next meeting. I just want to make sure that's put out there at the Cathedral of Faith. Sponsored by Commissioner Bo Alfred, and that's just a way to get more medical information, vaccination information, blood sugar checks, glucose checks, blood pressure. And at the Rise Center, where at my day job, we're working with the U.S. Aging with a grant to get folks vaccinated. We're focusing on COVID and flu, but any vaccination will count. If you know of someone that needs a vaccine, but they don't have a ride, please let us know. We can help with that. We can get them to their doctor. We can get them to CVS. We just ask that they fill out a very brief survey, and we'll even incentivize them with a small gift card. So if you're going to get your vaccine anyway, just let me know, and we can help incentivize that and make sure we get as many people vaccinated as we can. And of course, next month is the Southeast Texas Veterans at the Beaumont Civic Center. We're providing vaccines. There will be a myriad of resources and information. It's directed towards people experiencing homelessness, veterans experiencing homelessness. There's a way to go to any veteran, community medical resources, employment, education. It's the VA education will be there. There are various different organizations that either hire veterans or owned by veterans or have very specific veteran programs. So we're really trying to push that because in the upcoming months, it's rentable for small parties, memorials, wakes, things of that nature, small graduation. That needs some support or a place to just be, this is the place. Every second Saturday, we pay your first year dues. We're not like the BW, I love the guys and gals, but you do not have to be a member of your community, you just have to be better. Cross range, cross stage, cross generation, we need more folks my age.
Before we share some really good reminders and to be aware of when we're observing Memorial Day. If you have any good reminders to share about Patriot Day